Hello folks, Sam Owens here with a nice product that is a dehumidifier. It's from Fehom, and this is the instruction manual. This is the packing. I wanted to show you that I've already gotten it out of the box, and I'm going to show you just how you get it out of there. Is you lift it out. This is supposed to stay upright. It's like it has a cooling coil in it, so it has a Freon or some form of that, and so you with a compressor, so you don't want to lay it over on its side and then fire it up. You'd have to leave it for 24 hours like you would a refrigerator. Okay, you get a hose that you can set up external drain, which I'll show you in a moment. Okay, now there are two cords that go across. They're bands, very strong, and you can pick this up. When you open the box up and have it up like this, you'll see there you got two handles, and now you're going to have to push it up against something to hold the box, and you can pick it right out of there. Okay, other than laying it down. And you might want to keep the box because something, if you needed to send it back, this is a good shipping crate, so you don't want to destroy the box and everything. It's got these supports, so once you get it out of the box, then you can pull this off, and then you can just pull these out right here. I didn't have any trouble with mine, so I'm sure you're not going to have any trouble with yours either. But it's nice to have a shipping box for those returns if needed. Okay, and then this can be, you have two handles right here that you can just kind of pick this up out of here. It's not really that heavy. It's got wheels on the bottom, so that makes it nice. This rolls very nicely. And watch, it's got four that swivel and roll in any direction, and it's very smooth. Now, this is the back, obviously, and look how they have a nice place to wrap the cord if you want to move it from room to room or you don't need it all the time. And this is just a storage place. It just pulls out, and we're going to use it here in just a moment. And but first I wanted to go through some things about it. Now, this is not going to cool the house. It's going to remove the humidity, and there's a range, I think, from 40 to 80. I have information up to the right, which is going to give you some facts like that will help you to understand it. All right, let's go to the bottom area to show you the reservoir for the water. It's like 1.5 gallons of water that it can remove from the air. That's what a dehumidifier does. This is it, and you got a handle right here. Now, they store this, which goes along with this, to hook on the back right here is an external drain that when this fills up, it can just drain right on out instead of going and just relying on this, because when it fills up, it's going to bring in an alarm, and then it will shut down the operation until you empty this. There's a float right here that triggers when it's full and brings in the alarm on the panel, and it makes a little beep sound. We'll hook that up in a moment. But when it's full, and you can get an indication of how full it is right here by observing this little window. Now, turn her back around, and this just goes right back in there, very easy, and you just push it, and it snaps in place. Okay, like I say, there's the lifting handles if you need to pick it up. This is for an attachment here, but we don't have it, so this stays in place. You don't remove that. And this is the intake right here, and there's going to be maintenance of cleaning this. So you pull this this off, and right here is a screen that you'll want to pull this screen out, and you can wash it. Okay. Right there. Just wash it under the sink and get it nice and clean, then stick it back in here, and it will just bend and flex and get behind there. And then this goes back up here, because you want to keep these coils. That's the condenser back there that creates the water from the air. It cools down, and then the water is going to drain into the recovery bucket. All right, there, it just pushes. So you just unplug that. That's not an electrical connection. It's just storage, and it doesn't have to go there. You can store it however you want. Now, when I plug this in, it's going to make some noise and a little beep sound, and that's part of it. It's testing things out to be sure everything's good. So listen. There. You shut off, everything is good. Now, right here on the top is a power and fill. Okay, there is the power, and there's the full. It'll turn red underneath full there. And there is the power button that when I push that, it will power it on. It says power there. This is the swing. That's this little flap right here. We will show you that. When you push that, it will stop it or allow it to oscillate back and forth. So you can control that. Plus and minus are going to be for the humidity setting. This is the humidity right here. When you want to set it, you're going to get a display in here, and that's the room humidity that's existing. And we'll go through that particular section. Timer, if you want to set a timer, have this operate a certain number of hours and then turn off, that's the timer button. We'll look at that. Speed, there's low and high, and that's pretty much it. So let's power it on. There it is, showing 71% right now, and this is the little vent that stays 100% open. But if I want, and notice it's cooling already, and but this will be warm air coming out of here. It's not really an air conditioner, like I say. And the humidity is being removed right now. Moisture is being recaptured. Now let's push this, and there, you see that's going to oscillate back and forth. If I stop it right there, it'll stay that way. Push it again, and it'll go back to fully swinging back and forth. Just depends on what you want. I'll leave it right there. And now, to show the humidity that we want to set, let's say we want 45% humidity. So push that. It defaults to 40. Go up, and it'll go 45. It'll go 5 at a time. That's 50. I'm going to go down. Actually, let's see. It won't go 1 at a time. 45 right there. So now that's the room humidity. Now it's going to it's going to go down until it gets to 45, and then the motor is going to continue on, but it will not be getting the humidity out anymore. That's your set temperature. And anytime you push this, it'll show you what it is, 45%. All right, it's 57. We're going to come back in a little bit and check how much water has been displaced. While it's running, I'll run over a couple of other things. Right here is the timer that you can set, and I'm going to touch it. And right now you can just advance the number of hours that you want it to go. Like that would be 3 hours. You can go all the way up to 24, or that would be 10 hours. And then if you want to take it off, you can just go down like this and down to 1 hour, and it should turn off in 1 hour. Now when it stops blinking, now we will be able to see, I'm sure, that as that goes down to tell you how much time you have left. But anyway, the timer is set and it's showing right there that it's lit. Now we go over here to the speed. It's set on low speed. I can touch this right here is the speed control. Now it's on high. So it's low and high is all you have. I like it on low, it's quiet, and that is nice. Okay, so that's pretty much the controls, and I'm just going to go ahead and let the vent just oscillate back and forth. It'll just do that. Now this works best with your air conditioner. Like I say, it does not cool the room, but removes the humidity. So once you get the humidity down to the level you want, you could turn it off and turn it on when you see the humidity is a factor. Folks, while we're waiting, I'm going to let you know that it would be a good idea to read the user manual. The first number of pages are devoted to safety and information like that. Safety precautions. Operation instructions are on page 18, so that's where they tell you how it operates. And then here on page 17 is the operation controls that I just talked about. And then on 18 is where it shows you how to operate, turn it on, change the humidity as I quickly showed you. And you saw that there's not a whole lot to it, and it's kind of self-explanatory with the control. So it's not a complicated device to operate. Okay, folks, I took a little longer. It's right now about 10 minutes to 1. I found that when I set the timer for 1 hour, I set it under the conditions that it starts the compressor and starts the dehumidifying in 1 hour. So I lost that time. There's two ways of starting that timer. One, you can have it to start within an hour. That's under a condition of the unit is not on standby. The other is if it's on standby and you set the timer, it can shut off within an hour. I had it the opposite way, so I'm just telling you that. You have to look carefully at the timer, which way do you want it to either start, or do you want it to shut off within the designated time. All right, I've got it all set up, and I did change it from 45 to 40 because our humidity in the house is not really that great right now. I had done some tests earlier when the humidity was up about 79%, almost 80%, and it generated a lot of water in the tank within a short period of time. When the humidity is down near 50% like it was here, it didn't do it quite as fast. So we're going to see how much water we have. I'm going to go to the front sink and we'll dump this water out and see. But it's down to 44%. I think it was 56% when we started, something in that neighborhood. So it is working, and it does a great job for removing water, which is humidity, from the air. Folks, you can't see the water level. It's just below this. If I tip it a little bit, I can see it. So it's not that much, but we're going to pour it out and show. When you have low humidity, you're not going to get a lot of water. But this is quite a bit in a short period of time. That's how much water came out of the air. and that's what you can expect. If you have a real high humidity, you're going to get more water out of the air in a given period of time. All right, now we're going to put this back in. Very easy. And you almost have to hold on to the back and pop it in. Now, we're going to show you, and I'm going to turn it this way. I'm going to take this hose, and it's going to go in there. And we're going to take this off. This is the overflow that when the tank gets full, it's going to come out of this. Just go ahead and screw it on here good and tight, because there's a seal behind this, and then you take and push this on. Now what I'm saying is you wouldn't want it going up like this and trying to go out. It will not work. It's got to be lower. This has to be lower than this point. So this will work just fine down there. Okay, and then I can turn it around, turn it on, and I can put this around. And then this will be an extra amount of storage for the water. But it would take a long time. It would go fill this and then go there. I think this is gonna deliver just what you need in the way of lowering the humidity in your house. On those days when it's up around 80%, this is going to do the job. And then lower humidity means better comfort, and it also lowers the air conditioner's demands, and so it's going to be help it operate efficiently. Okay folks, I want to thank you very much for watching my videos.